From the snowy and cold Midwest, Adam here with Bishop Sheen Rosaries, and we hope you are staying warm today. A little over a month ago, we did 5 reasons that you should be Catholic, and this was a little bit more of a broader topic of a video. Like today's video is going to be practicals when it comes to prayer. We're going to go through 10 of them. This video is chock full of tips from saints themselves, people who know how to pray much better than I do. But before we do that, I want to announce a quick Bishop Sheen Rosaries giveaway that will go on Ash Wednesday. One lucky winner will be receiving a Bishop Sheen Rosary of their choice. You can choose any of our classic styles, and all you have to do is 4 quick and easy things. They don't cost you a dime. The first of which is liking us on Facebook, link below. Second, share this video or any of our videos on your Facebook wall. Third, be a subscriber right here on this channel. And fourth, I need you to comment down below, if you win, which rosary do you want? 4 quick things. You got a little over a week to do it. We'll announce the winner on Ash Wednesday. Now let's get in to the meat of the video. Practical tip for prayer number 1, always go to prayer with a springboard. If you're anything like me and you're a little bit of a busybody and you have a terrible time with distraction, then this is a great tip for you. It's good to always go to prayer with some form of springboard, like a prayer book or the daily gospel or whatever that might be for you. Saint Teresa of Avila, who is a doctor of the church, said that when she went to prayer without a book, her thoughts would often get disturbed and her mind would wander. I feel you, sister. I can relate. A great prayer book is The Forge, Furrow, or The Way by Jose Maria Escriva. And these books are just jam-packed with short little nuggets. They just hit you hard and you can move on to the next one. But you can't move on without incorporating practical tip number 2, which is to sit and silence. After you get a good nugget that you can chew on, then you gotta reflect. Venerable Archbishop Fulton Sheen, prayer starts by talking to God and ends by listening. You've got to take that time once you've got something to just sit with it, reflect. You know the old saying, you were given 1 mouth and 2 ears, so you should do twice as much listening as talking. You know, we're all trying to grow in humility. A great way to do that is admit that you don't have all the answers. You might be trying to go to prayer to get a few more answers, but we simply don't have them all. And you can glean some from God and listening and reflecting, and maybe from those books you're reading, maybe from a saint, whoever that might be. Practical prayer tip number 3, keep it simple. I struggle with this one so hard. Prayer is not about trying to say the most profound words to God, or if you're praying in a group to your friends or whatever. Sister Therese of Lisieux, not to be confused with Teresa of Avila, said that the closer one gets to God, the simpler they become. She says to pray like a child who cannot read, to speak simply, and to not use big sentences. You don't have to treat prayer like academics or a job. It's not necessarily about that. It's all about growing your relationship with the person of Jesus Christ. It can be easy to frustrate your prayer life by trying to tackle big books like Summa Theologica by St. Thomas Aquinas or The Dark Night of the Soul by St. John of the Cross. You don't have to go so deep so quick. You don't need to use any book at all. You can just go to be with Jesus, and this kind of goes into point number 4 of our practical prayer tips. Journal. Write your own book. Write your own thoughts. Use your pen and paper and put your thoughts down on the page. What are you feeling in prayer? What is God calling you to do? What are you thinking about? What keeps coming back? Who should you be praying for? This is my journal. Forgive the front, but in the back few pages, I've just got lists of people that I pray for. It's my prayer intentions, so I always know when I go to prayer who I need to pray for, and I don't forget anyone. Practical prayer tip number 5, use music if you want to. I will rarely cry. You probably won't see me cry. My wife was really upset that I didn't cry when she walked down the aisle, but if you get a good song on, I'll be sitting there, my praise and worship playlist, right song at the right time, it hits me, and it really, no words. Driving to work, Matt Maher hits me with some Alive and Breathing. Waterworks. If music isn't your cup of tea, our churches are filled with beautiful art. You can look up pictures of famous art and reflect on that. Number 6, posture. I'm not the best person to talk about this because I'm a sloucher, but man, you gotta just have the right posture for prayer. A lot of times for me that's kneeling, and I get it. I made myself kneelers out of wood because I know that if I'm just sitting, especially if I'm laying in bed, it's not going to be that good of prayer. I call these butt kneelers because your butt goes on here. You're still kneeling, but practical tip number 7, pick the time of day that's best for you. I know for me, when I'm getting into the bulk of my prayer, my specific prayer time, I can't be doing that last thing of the day right before bed. I am very drowsy and I can't focus as well. So I pick the time of day that's best for me. When I got free time in the morning, that's the best for me that I know. Other people, that varies. Number 8, accountability. It's a big word that you probably hear a lot, and some people get annoyed by the word accountability, but it's true no matter how you slice it. If you have somebody who knows that you should be at prayer at a specific time, like your wife, then it's a lot easier to pray because you know that there's somebody that's going to be watching you if you're not. And if you have a prayer group or a Bible study, there's a bunch of guys in my Bible study that text each other when they're going to pray or just try to keep each other accountable through weekly goals and things. And that really does produce better results. Practical prayer tip number 9, go to confession. When was the last time that you went to confession? Because if it's been a long time, that sin can really cloud your judgment and make prayer a little bit more difficult to do. St. Thomas Aquinas says, in the life of the body, the man is sometimes sick, and unless he takes medicine, he will die. Even so, in the spiritual life, man is sick on account of sin. He needs medicine to be restored to health, and the way to do that is through the grace that you receive in penance. When you're in a state of grace, you're much more open to the gifts of the Spirit, and your prayer will likely be a lot more fruitful. Also, it's just from a very practical point, you'll probably be less distracted, less anxious, less worried about the things you've done in the past. One quick confession, wipe that slate clean, man. I guarantee some of the cloudiness will go away. And finally, practical prayer tip number 10, where you pray is very important. And the best place to pray is in front of the Blessed Sacrament. If you go to a physical church with a tabernacle or you have an adoration chapel nearby, that is the best place to pray, hands down. Nothing beats being in the presence of Christ. You are truly with Him. He is present with you. Yes, baptized Christians, you have the Holy Spirit within you, but if you are in that church, that chapel, you are with the second person of the Trinity, Jesus Christ. When I was in college, I actually went down to the chapel and I did papers in the church. I wrote a book in the church. I actually had writer's block and sometimes I could shake it by going to the chapel. One last Sheen quote for the road. Archbishop Fulton Sheen is quoted as saying that a holy hour in adoration is necessary in the modern rat race for building authentic prayer. And I think that this quote is so true because prayer is unlike any other part of our week. Church, going to Mass is unlike any other part of our work day, our family life, our home life. Hopefully, if you're struggling with prayer, you can incorporate one or more of these 10 tips and let us know, especially down in the comments, if you were able to incorporate any and if they helped. Also, don't forget to tell us which rosary you want if you're going to participate in those 4 things. Like us on Facebook, share on your wall one of the videos, and subscribe here and comment down below. Feel free to share this video with your friends. Go to sheenrosaries.com, purchase a rosary for yourself if you are not sure that you're going to be the lucky winner of our drawing. But that's it for us today. Thanks for sticking around to the end of this video. And from us to you, through Mary.